You're listening to Two Strangers, One Podcast. Now here's Chris and Kristen.
All right, hello and welcome to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kristen.
And I'm just feeling that
We're all caffeinated
NSB
now.
joke. It ain't bad enough we just had a big giant cup of coffee. We're both now drinking Mountain Dew.
And the whole beginning with that woman.
Oh,
you
boy.
gotta see Chris.
That's my new girlfriend.
he loves that automated
$5 at a time.
Gotta start saving money.
Oh, boy.
Does anybody have $5 I can borrow? Chris on the streets.
And speaking of Mountain Dew.
We're all jacked up on it.
We're all freaking jacked up on Mountain Dew.
What are you talking about with Lil Wayne?
Okay, there's these new commercials now with Lil Wayne.
For Mountain Dew?
Promoting Mountain Dew.
I've just seen the Pepsi ones with Nicki Minaj.
Pepsi, and I know Drake is doing Sprite.
Yeah, he's been doing Sprite for a while.
And I love, like, Drake cannot be, he's trying to be gangsta.
Oh, yeah.
And
he can't.
You're Canadian, Jewish, and an ex-child actor.
I was going to say, and you came from Degrassi.
And you're, you can't be gangster if you're you're a Canadian, Jewish, and an ex-child actor. I'm sorry, there's nothing you can say.
I feel like he was in a wheelchair on his Degrassi show.
I never really. The funny thing is, like, growing up, I never got into Degrassi Junior High.
This was the new one.
Yeah, I mean, my brother watched the old Degrassi Junior High. You know, we just smoke the grass and you get high. Which was
real mature.
Degrassi Junior High. But
you're creative.
Yeah, I never. And the funny thing is, I'm such a big Kevin Smith fan, and Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes were actually on like a couple of episodes, really? And I think also what's that girl? Isn't it ironic?
Don't you think?
Alanis Morisette.
She's a Canadian.
She did a couple episodes, and then, like, since she's friends with Kevin Smith, she asked him to come on or whatever, and like, but it's Jay and they're playing as Jay and Silent Bob with
This is the old one?
No, on the newer one,
newer one?
Not like the new one, but like, I'd say 5 years ago, or something like that. Yeah. And because Kevin Smith had Alanis Morisette play God in Dogma.
Oh, yes, he did.
Yeah, ridiculous. Which I love that, I love that idea of her playing God, because, like, she comes out and she's dressed like a nut job, and then, like, she goes and, like, she focuses, like, on a flower. And but I'm saying is that, like, I kind of like that idea of God, where, here you created everything and you're gonna go focus on a flower. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like that childish simplicity, but I don't know, as you know.
You like Alanis as the god.
Yeah, well, she's alright.
In your mind, she is your god.
But you ever seen that video where she did naked? Thank you. Yeah,
she just stood in, like, the busy street and
and
her hair covering her
she's
thanking random things, like, thank you, India.
Thank you, India. Thank you, ignorance.
Yeah,
thank you.
Random things.
Now,
thank you.
Yeah, and she, for people who shouldn't be naked,
welcome.
For people who are naked, she's not one.
Yeah.
Well, at least not in that video.
It was just awkward and that was early on, like.
Yeah, that was when she was still
90s. And I was like, oh, you're just gonna be naked throughout this whole thing.
On a subway train.
That must be dirty.
And she seems like the type where I'm pretty sure she looks like she has, a buckwheat in a scissor hold. She seems like a hippie dippy type, or at least at that time.
She dated Ryan Reynolds there for a while. They dated for a while.
No, but you know who she also dated? Dave Coulier.
Yeah, that was what that song was supposed to be about.
I can't believe that You Ought to Know was about Dave Coulier. The fucking cut it out guy.
It out.
And,
Full House.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, I'll show you how old man I was. Even before Full House, he was on another show called Out of Control, which his main catchphrase on that show was "cut it out." He was running like a
Did he do the hands too?
To cut it out.
So he transferred that over to Full House.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. I knew him from Out of Control, because Out of Control, he was the guy in charge of like this funky real 80s television studio. So it gave him a reason to gave the show reason to do crazy stuff. And there was I remember there was a girl on the show named Dizzy, who she was kind of like a Cyndi Lauper, like an 80s Cyndi Lauper type. I mean, it's very super 80s. And so I knew him from that.
So this probably went.
And this was on Nickelodeon.
Oh,
and it was on Nickelodeon, which
badass.
Coincidentally, Alanis Morisette was on that show. You Can't Do That on Television, which was also on Nickelodeon.
That's probably where they met, and then she went down on him in a theater.
Oh,
you
cut it out.
Cut it out, Dave Coulier.
Cut it out. I'm doing the hand gestures.
Yeah, how embarrassing. No, for him, like that's like his main thing.
Oh, jeez. So, yeah, Jesus, I lost my train. Oh yeah. So, no. Speaking of people being naked, and speaking of Ryan Reynolds,
yeah, they dated.
It's because it's Scarlett Johansson that was dating Ryan Reynolds, right? And she was sending him those nudie pictures.
Right, that's what those nudie pictures that you love so much. They were supposed to go to him, or they
now. This is before the FBI crackdown or whatever. I had a chance to see more of those photos, like the big
boobies.
The big one, the one that everyone seems to know is like a picture of her taking a picture of like her butt through a mirror,
right?
And that's fine and good. Maybe because I'm not an ass man, but there's one.
That's fine. And good.
It's her doing like a chest shot, and the picture is basically from like her nose down, and you can see like she has like a beauty mark by her mouth, and. All I gotta say is, good job, good job, Miss Johansson.
Shouldn't be embarrassed,
because
right?
I think she was doing an interview for the Avengers, and of course I gotta always bring it back to comic book movies.
Why not, right?
And she
What
said
she play in that?
she plays Black Widow.
Black Widow, yeah.
And she was talking about how like she's worried about because when she does these movies, she has to obviously work out and get herself in shape.
Can't
and
be
it's
a fat superhero.
Yeah. And she goes, oh, I'm worried about my body. Look, sweetheart, you got nothing to fucking worry about.
Coming from Christopher, you have nothing to worry
man,
about.
you know what I'm saying? I'm a booby man.
And the FBI crackdown.
Yeah.
No pun intended on the crack, right?
And, well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, ass shots I don't care about, but...
You skimmed over that one.
The booby shots, she has... You know what I'm saying? And she's not a chesty woman, but...
She's got a good shape.
Yeah, she's...
And that after, like, her and... Because they dated a while. They got married, actually, for a brief moment. They were
Ryan
married,
Reynolds?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, shit.
So because then it was a divorce.
Uh-huh.
And then she started dating for, like, a little fling was... What's his name? He's so weird. Sean Penn.
Oh.
They, like, went on some vacation, and there was, like, photos with them. But they're not dating anymore, but it was just, like, a weird fling going on. I think she's over that in her life.
Yeah. I mean, look, Ryan Reynolds is a lucky man. And then the other one...
to touch those movies.
And speaking of... And it's so funny. Also, Katt Dennings... she's the girl. She's on the show right now. Two Broke Girls.
Oh yeah.
She
life.
she was the daughter in 40-Year-Old Virgin, and bringing it back to the superhero movies. She was in the Thor movie.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was her and Natalie Portman who are scientists. Which
that's not who I would
two,
picture to be scientists.
Yeah, two hot girls alone by themselves as astros, like scientists who study stars and shit.
Did they have like glasses on to make them look nerdy?
Thank goodness they didn't.
Oh,
yeah.
They know that was like that's their prop.
Glasses in a ponytail.
Yeah, that was their prop to be nerdy.
And
how they do it.
Well, no, excuse me. They were traveling with I forgot the guy's name. I think he's Australian. Not Thor. I think the guy that the other actor, and I don't know if he's supposed to be Australian in the movie or British or something, but you know. So at least there was a little. Not I don't think two women can't be scientists. But that's all. Jesus Christ, I sound so misogynist.
Asshole.
But there was them two and
good thing they had that guy there.
Yeah,
or else
the real scientists.
They couldn't get anything done.
Well, okay. In all fairness,
over them.
Katt Dennings' character was sort of just there to be like she was just there for the extra credit in college or whatever. But
observation experience.
But Katt Dennings Katt Dennings did not go to the FBI. I heard her movie pictures are still online. If you could look it up, guys. If you like boobies,
they're still out there in the world.
Oh yeah,
like boobies, Katt Dennings.
And I mean,
she's
the funny thing,
okay with it. She's
but
like,
in Two Broke Girls, I mean, she kind of like she's. I don't want to use the word "let herself go."
Skinny, yeah.
She's kind of thicker now. She's thicker than she was before.
Like a cute figure.
Yeah, and what I don't understand is that she didn't look like that in Thor, but I don't want to say let herself go because that's not the right, because she had all the curves in the right places.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not,
She looks fit.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't look... I wouldn't say she's fat.
Oh, no way. But
like, she looks...
Yeah, she's thick in the
right... would be the right word.
In the right spots. And it's all natural and... and somehow I could bring... Yeah, between the girl in the beginning and
all these
Katt Dennings and...
Thank God for the hackers out there.
Oh, yeah. Thank God. Thank you, phone hackers. Just don't hack my phone. I don't think you want to see.
FBI. Let them out there. What were you...
So, back to, just real quick.
Oh, yeah.
So now Lil Wayne
Lil Wayne
is in the commercials now for Mountain Dew. And there's some other guys in the video, and I think it's Shaun White, the snowboarder.
Oh, he's in everything now.
Yeah, he's,
ginger.
But, hey, look, I can't,
He's awesome. I mean, I think he's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, I just, I don't, whatever Shaun White does, that's his business. I don't like Lil Wayne. And my message is... and this is definitely gonna. I'm 34 right now. I'm in that wonderful 18 to 34 demographic.
Yes.
We spend our money at the movie theaters. We buy DVDs. I'm drinking Mountain Dew. I purchased Mountain Dew.
Because of Lil Wayne?
Get Lil Wayne off those commercials. I will drop your product like a bad fucking habit. I love Mountain Dew.
Is he rapping on the commercial too?
Yeah, he's rapping and he's like, I wanna,
he just looks like a hot mess with all the crap.
He's got all these tattoos and there's a picture of him kissing that guy Birdman. The other rapper Birdman?
Yes.
He's bald headed and stuff like that. Yeah, there's another guy again, both part of the quote unquote cash money millionaire clique. There's a picture of them kissing. They're doing like that arm thing like in between them, and they're kissing. And the guy Birdman tried to what's the word? He tried to like justify it by saying that like it's like a kiss is a sign of respect. Like in Europe, a kiss is a sign of respect. But dude, you ain't in fucking Europe. You're a cash money millionaire.
Well, Lil Wayne was in jail for a while, so maybe
and
accepting the other side.
And trust me, I was a correctional for a long time. A thin little narrow piece of ass like that, he get chewed the fuck up. I'm pretty sure he was bitched out in fucking jail.
He was in there for a while too. So
yeah, so I mean.
So I'm sure he got a boyfriend somewhere.
I don't like him. I know he's trying to be different because like he's a rapper. But like I've seen him like play guitar, like, and then not for nothing, he can't even play guitar. It's all
really? I've never seen it.
Yeah, he was on Saturday Night Live, and so he's
Lil Wayne
was on. He's playing a guitar, and he has like a song where like
kind of slow.
I don't want to say singing, but he's trying to sing, but not really rapping with the guitar. He's trying to say. It was definitely in the past year, maybe year, 2 years. Okay. He was on Saturday Night Live, and I know I mumble Saturday Night Live.
Oh, you know what song I played with? How to Love. Was it that one?
Maybe.
It came out like last summer because I remember it's in mumbling.
Yeah.
And it's kind of slower. It's just like, how to love.
Yeah. And
no.
And I guess for the Saturday Night Live version, he came out with a guitar. And he's trying to say that, hey, I'm more than just your average rapper. I could play an instrument.
You look like a fool, first of all.
No, you can't. You can't play the fucking.
You couldn't even understand just that the version you put on the radio is like, I love. There's actually a video of me on my friend's phone of me singing, and I think I sound much better. But you can understand me.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he just looks like a fool.
Yeah. So the makers of Mountain Dew.
Get him off.
I'm in the demographic. I purchased your product. I've been drinking Mountain Dew for the past 20 fucking years. I'm a loyal customer.
But you're not going to be in the demographic anymore.
I'm not going to be in the demographic.
In about
In about
a month.
a month. Now, of course,
5.
these episodes are kind of delayed. They don't come out as soon as we record, and we kind of have them kind of backed up a little bit just in case there's ever an emergency. But it's well, you're going on vacation soon, so that's kind of an emergency.
The world's gonna end in emergency.
But my birthday is coming out a month from today, I believe. And wait, hold on, let me just double check real quick.
June 14th is his birthday.
Yeah, which is Flag Day. Please, for all you identity theft people out there, don't take that and say, "Oh yeah, okay, yeah." So actually, no, yeah, today's the 15th. So yeah, my birthday is from yesterday. I have less than a month to my birthday. And I'm now
turning 40 to some people.
Yes, I know. I'm an old man, and 35. I mean, I got my daughter, so I guess I'm kind of grown up. In my mind, I'm still a kid. I still, if I still play video games and read comic books, I mean, I'm still
kind of grown up.
And but that's the weird thing is now is that I'm now leaving that demographic.
Yeah,
there is that 18 to 34.
So you can't bitch about Mountain Dew anymore.
So,
sorry, Lil Wayne. You have a month to
You guys got a month to get Lil Wayne out of there. And, like, they market, all the cool stuff. All the cool stuff is marketed to guys my age. And I'm not going to... Now, it's no longer, like, video games, the comic books.
AARP is going to be...
Now it's minivans.
AARP insurance.
And have you seen...
After you.
There's that commercial for the Honda Odyssey.
Yes.
And they and it's like a guy, and it's like in the TVs in the car is like a picture of Godzilla and a rock star, and that's so fucking pathetic. Like they're trying to get people to recapture their youth.
Right.
And well, see, that's the funny thing is that we're just gonna be all over the place here. As we mentioned before in another episode, the Lilac Festival. The Lilac Festival is in Rochester right now. And we're recording on Tuesday. On Thursday, which by the time you guys hear this is going to be past, I am going because Lou Graham, who I believe, like you mentioned earlier, is a resident of Rochester.
I know his son is. So I'm guessing he is.
I'm pretty sure he is because I know people who've seen him walking around in Wegmans and stuff. And he was the singer for Foreigner. He's performing by himself or with his band, but I mean not as Foreigner.
Right.
But I'm gonna go because I have to see the crowd. It's
gonna be a sexy crowd.
I love older, past their prime, trying to relive their glory day crowds. I love it because there's gonna be women.
They're gonna take their tops off.
You're gonna maybe not tops off, but you're gonna see spandex put to the limit. You're gonna see.
It's definitely gonna be like
jean vests.
It's gonna be a nice people watching day. Just sit down and just watch it all happen.
I am purposefully holding up to go into the Lilac Festival just so I can go see the
you
Lou Graham.
Interview some of them.
Yeah.
You're like, what's your favorite Foreigner song? Just get them going.
Don't
let them spill beer or anything on the microphone.
There's a special vibe for the people trying to relive their glory days crowd, and I don't want to miss it. What's the sad thing is that's going to be me one day. I'm going to be the old guy at the Metallica show. And I like going to heavy metal shows.
And they're all like old, they can barely play.
Well, it's not. Well, you know what it is because Metallica, the music is so energetic that now I go into the mosh pit. But let me tell you, I'm out. I'm in for like 3 minutes, 4 minutes at tops, and then after I get kicked in the head a couple times, I look. Let me go get a Budweiser. I'm fucked up. I can't. Before it used to be I would rock out in the mosh pit the whole fucking show. Now,
what's the point? It's just you're so amped up and just.
It's a.
And they just look so dangerous.
Well, you know what it is. First and foremost, you're getting your aggressions out.
It's about life.
And see, like my brother always called heavy metal blue balls music because it's about the guys you can't get laid, so you come home and you bang your fucking head against the wall because no girl's giving you any pussy. And so I grew up with blue balls music.
Basically, blue balls music.
And so you jump into the pit and you're getting out your aggression, and that's like
times the girls shut you down.
Oh yeah. I mean, God bless.
Blue balls.
God bless the few women that were good enough to love me and to give me a piece of ass. But I wasn't always the sexy beast that I am right now. And like I would go to these shows, and when a mosh pit is done right, it's like a brotherhood thing. When a mosh pit is done right, it's like the closest thing I can put it to it is like, and I'm probably going to disrespect my daughter's descendants or it's like a Native American, like the guys dancing around a fire and stuff like that. The music gets you so amped up
so it's just
that like you could push against each other. And I'm not talking about the right kind of pit because you're in the wrong kind of pit. When you're in the right kind of pit, you're so amped up, and the people around you are so amped up, you can push each other around, you can knock each other down. But see, when you're in the right kind of pit, if one person goes down, there's 20 fucking people right there to pick them up.
I was gonna say they at least help you up.
In the wrong kind of pit.
We're stomping on them.
People.
People don't give a shit.
Like I hate shows where like there's guys drinking in the pit. Like whenever you see a guy. Now, obviously, if you're in a mosh pit or if you're by the mosh pit, people are gonna be moving around.
Yeah.
They're gonna hit your arm that you're holding the beer in. Yeah, and the guys get mad and they push you. And then also, I don't like. And funny, it sucks is, I mean, a lot of shows always tend to be. I always get teams to go to shows like in ballrooms, like like it's a theater and it's a hardwood floor, and guys spill their beer. So now the mosh pit it becomes a danger. Well, more than a danger, it's a danger just going into mosh pit.
It's not a safety pit anymore.
Wet floor and guys with blue balls is not a good combination.
I just feel like people come out with like broken noses and arms.
Well, that's the whole thing. Is see. After the night of a good pit, after a good pit, like I this was I used to say this. I said, I got my ass kicked.
You're exhausted,
but it took 30 guys to do it.
Still there.
And it's when the pit is done right, it's a brotherhood thing. If someone has to stop and tie their shoes, there's 3 or 4 guys around them with their arms out, stopping people from accidentally stepping on them.
Instead of like somebody falls, people are just
Then you get
people are just angry.
You get the assholes like. People who stand by the edge of the pit, who like don't want to be at the pit,
but they're next to it,
and then like people, they get pushed, and then they push. Like you should never push someone who's not ready to be pushed. Like especially if you push someone from behind, that's such a fucking cowardly move. There's some people who just for the sake of being assholes will like push people into the pit.
Okay.
I hate that. Who don't
even want to be in it.
Yeah, who don't want to be in it. You know what I'm saying?
Not
like
just caught up in it.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That would be me. I'd be like. Fetal position, crying in the middle of the pit. Let me out!
Well, you know what it is sometimes, and you jump into the pit for a little while, and sometimes you play the edge. You play the edge where if a guy bounces into you, that's your thing. You stop him from continue going into the crowd. And the funny thing is with that, you kind of are licensed to push him back, into the pit. Depending if he's willing to. Now, if you get a guy who's all exhausted and shit.
Take them out of the pit.
Yeah, some guys are assholes, and they see someone coming in their direction. Like I hate that when you see guys that are looking for someone to push, so they're waiting for someone to get next to them to push them. Those guys are assholes. You know what I'm saying?
We should have played a drinking game this episode. Like every time we say the pit, take a shot.
Oh look, every time I say take a shot. Anytime I say the funny thing is, take a shot.
The pit.
Anytime I go. Like I strain out before I actually say something. I go, take a shot. You'll be fucking hammered by the time the show's over.
I like that though.
Because I listen to the old episodes and I say a lot of I say a lot of the funny thing is.
The funny thing is, it is. Like
the funny thing is
the pit.
And every time I kind of stall. Every time I do something like that. Take a shot. You will be fucking
schnockered.
Yeah.
If you want to move from the pit, we can talk about July 20th.
July 20th is
Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight Rises. Now, I hate that name. I hate the name. I love Christopher Nolan. I love what he's done to the movies.
I feel like they've been working on this one for a while.
Yeah, I mean, well.
I feel like I've heard about it for like 2 years.
Yeah, him and his brother, they wrote all 3 of the Batman movies. He's directing them. Mm-hmm. And this one is going to be good. You have Bane, you have Catwoman, and once again, talking about yummy fucking. Oh God, Anne Hathaway. And here, you don't even have to go to the internet. There's a movie called Love and Other Drugs.
Oh, great movie!
There was
a lot of sex.
She is a yummy. Oh, she is so fucking yummy.
She has like what's it called in it? Parkinson's.
Oh yeah.
You know what she has?
Yeah, I think so. I forget.
Yeah, because she's all shaky. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like early onset Parkinson's, and she's young, and she's like hot in it. Like it's just awkward. She does play. It's a lot of sex, and what's his name? Jake Gyllenhaal. Great butt. You get to see that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I wasn't looking for his butt.
You like that scene, but yeah, there was a lot of
Anne Hathaway.
It was unexpected sex scenes. Like you were just like, oh, I didn't realize this movie was like this.
My buddy Eddie said because I mentioned they had an early picture of Anne Hathaway as Catwoman,
right?
And now she was in another movie where you see her topless. Her and her friend are like 2 white girls from the valley trying to hang out with these cholos. Like it's supposed to be the West Coast. So they're like 2 white girls, and I hang out with all these Mexican guys, and the guys just like throw her down on the bed and fuck her.
I've never heard of Anne Hathaway. To me, doesn't do movies like that.
That's the whole thing. Is that it was she's the Princess Diaries. And,
right.
And the Devil Wears Prada, but there was
Rio. No, that was that animation movie.
It was Wild Out or West. I think it began with a W or some shit like that. Well, like I said, there's one movie where she gets thrown down on a bed and fucked hard by a Mexican guy.
That's true.
Because she plays those, she plays those.
No, that doesn't sound right.
It's called like Wild Side or Wild Out or I don't know.
Do you know when it came out? Like she plays in like love stories, and now suddenly she. Was this like an independent movie that you were watching again?
Yeah.
Havok.
Havok, that's what
that
it
was
is.
it?
Yeah.
You're saying The Wild.
Wow, I'm sorry. Havok. Wild Side, Havok, same fucking thing. Yeah, and Havok, she gets, those goofy white girls, they want to hang out with the bad boys, and then she gets thrown down on the bed and fucked, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Who played the guy?
The guy that played it was someone that's not famous because it's like a guy with like genuine tattoos all over his body, Yeah, and there's actually like a union, or I guess not a union, but a guys who organize themselves who are a bunch of Mexican guys like cholos with tattoos and stuff.
Right, and they want to be in movies.
And their whole thing is whenever like you see like a cholo in the movie, it's one of those guys.
That
and it's all legitimate tattoos.
I know what his tattoo a lot. I can't even think of his name.
I mean, the one I remember him most in was in like of Evan Almighty. That he has that Jim Carrey uses the special powers and has the monkey come out of the guy's ass.
Yeah, like those guys. They're always in like they used to be like ex-gang members. Or something.
So they're trying to do something positive by putting themselves. But and they all like legitimate guys with crazy tattoos.
Yeah, like those are tattoos.
And so I think it's one of those guys that fucks Anne Hathaway hard.
Yeah, one ex-gang member.
Oh boy, hold on one second. And wait, are we back? Yeah, we're back.
I guess we're back.
And
two of the whitest girls are.
What was that?
Two of the whitest girls. This movie Havok.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Bijou Phillips is the other.
Bijou Phillips.
Bijou, whatever her name is.
Bijou.
All it says is two affluent suburban girls who clash with the Latino gang.
Yeah.
Ultra East LA.
Yeah, because it's
Joseph Gordon-Levitt's in it.
Oh wow, jeez, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Freddie
I can't stand that.
I'm guessing.
I can't.
Actor?
Freddie Rodriguez. No, Freddie Rodriguez is. He's like. I think he was in 6 Feet Under. He was in Planet Terror.
Raymond Cruz.
Yeah, I don't know.
Chino. Channing Tatum is.
Was he? I think he's like one of the goofy polo wearing boyfriends. One of those like Abercrombie and Fitch. Right. What's the other one? Lacoste, or not Lacoste. What's the one? Lacoste and shit like that.
Lacoste.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out.
I'm not offending any of your friends.
Oh, me, no.
No, any of like your friends or anything like that.
Wearing that stuff, no.
Yeah, okay.
I can't stand that.
I hate
preppiness.
Oh, I hate preppies. I fucking hate preppies with all my heart and soul. Call me an old man with all my heart and soul. Then you see I got tattoos. I wear black shorts all the time. The baggy. I mean, it's kind of corny. I'm wearing like what they call these bondage shorts. That's the actual name for these. I wear the bondage shorts, and I know I'm a little too bit of an older guy to be wearing these. But fuck
you're gonna be 35 soon.
Yeah, I still go to Hot Topic.
There you go. Speaking of big dicks.
Well, yeah. Now, okay.
Liam Neeson's in The Dark Knight,
and I guess.
I've never.
Why would I know this? Kristen.
Yeah, why would you know this? Not me.
Kristen did not know that Liam Neeson, the actor, is notorious for having a large penis.
I should just type it in. There's going to be pictures.
Now, there is a website, I believe, called Liam Neeson's Cock. And it's nothing but jokes about how big his cock is. Like, Liam.
This is like Chuck Norris, but.
Yeah, it's one of those Chuck Norris things where, once again, I'll shout out Kevin Smith, and he has a show called Hollywood Babylon with Ralph Garman, who's a DJ in California. And they spend the last 5-10 minutes of their podcast, just talk. It's all jokes about how big Liam Neeson's cock is. I don't know exactly how to spell Neeson. I think it's Liamnee. Is it? Or is it NEI? Just Google Liam Neeson's
Yeah,
cock.
Somebody have a virus.
What a great browser history. Liam Neeson's cock.
Liam Neeson's cock. Actual
Do a
fact.
Google image search. We'll be right back. And we're back. I guess apparently breaking news, there's an update for Little Big Planet.
If you're into that.
Yeah, which is actually, it's a very fun game. I spoke it up a couple episodes back. And
So now I think, okay.
my stepson knocked on the door to let me know that there's an update for Little Big Planet.
First of all, look at the photo. If you ever go to Liam Neeson's cock, there's a photo on top of him on the rocks, but leaning back in like a blue button down, but it's unbuttoned and no pants. Like, you can't see anything, but it's just such an awkward pose for an older gentleman.
Oh my
Tan.
god! I wonder if that's is that a Photoshop job?
Yeah,
like,
it
did they put
might
his head? It's a. He has no pants on, right?
Yeah. Just his
There's a
hand.
guy with no pants and a open button-down
He's
blue
very
shirt.
tan looking.
But Liam Neeson's head is on top.
Well, that's like I always say. Liam Neeson's cock is so big.
How big is
that
it?
he choked Heather Brooke. There you go.
Oh, Heather, yeah, that's she's a famous porn actress.
Oh, is that right?
All her videos are her blowing her boyfriend. But the funniest thing is that, like, you'll see like an old Super Nintendo in the background and stuff like that. I love it. Like, he's blowing her. He's watching like Futurama. I love it. Yeah. And no, the guy's well hung, but the guy, I love because all the stuff in the background is all nerdy shit.
Liam Neeson's cock is so big.
How big is it?
That it would be the only reason anyone goes to see Battleship. U.S. Hong Kong Battleship. This is hysterical.
Yeah, there's a whole
Kevin
site.
Smith on this.
Yeah, see Kevin Smith and see, I don't want to steal their bit. That's their bit.
Everyone needs to go check out this website. That was hysterical.
Check out Liam Neeson's cock. It's huge.
Oh, I'm so glad you told me. Now I'm gonna go see the movie. I'm gonna go see Battleship and the what is it? Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, because you and that actually took it for a surprise. You say according to what you see, Liam Neeson's going to be in the Dark Knight Rises, the Batman movie, because he plays a character called Ra's. I always pronounce it Ra's al Ghul, but in the movie they pronounce it Ra's al Ghul.
Ra's al Ghul?
Yeah.
And what's his deal?
Now it's what this is why Christopher Nolan's a genius. In the comic book, what I like about Christopher Nolan is he takes the characters and he makes something realistic out of something that would be fantastical in the comics.
Okay.
Now, Ra's al Ghul is the guy who, according to the comics, is like 400 years old. And he visits a thing called the Lazarus Pit. Take a shot, I said the pit. The pit.
Take a shot.
He goes into this water and it rejuvenates his body. So he always he stays about like 40, 50 years old.
Whatever Liam Neeson.
And so
what water is this? They're in Manhattan, right? So like the Hudson River.
no, they're in Gotham City.
Okay.
But actually I think the Lazarus Pit. Take a shot. It's not in the United States.
Yeah, it's just something.
Now he's part of this. He's the leader of this group of assassins called the League of Shadows. And and I really wish they'd put this in the movies. Ra's al Ghul's daughter, Talia al Ghul, is like one of the few women that Bruce Wayne really falls in love with. Like he falls in love with Catwoman,
Right?
And I wonder if maybe they'll bring Talia al Ghul into this third movie. Don't spoil it out if she does. Don't tell me.
Maybe she is there. Maybe not.
But so Ra's al Ghul is a leader of this thing called the League of Assassins. But like I said, in the comic book, he's hundreds of years old because he visits this Lazarus Pit. Take a shot.
You're gonna be throwing up at the end.
But what they did in the movies is whoever is in charge of this group, they call him Ra's al Ghul.
Okay. So
He uses the name Ra's al Ghul.
Okay.
So when one dies, another person takes his place. So they use that to scare people because they want to use the illusion that there's someone who's 400 years old. Obviously, that doesn't happen, but it's not. It's whenever one person dies, another person takes up the mantle and calls himself Ra's al Ghul.
Identity theft.
Yeah, and
promoting identity theft.
and since it's the League of Assassins, they're all good fighters. And like in the Batman comics, he trains Bruce Wayne to be Batman. He trains Bruce Wayne to be an excellent fighter.
Oh, okay. So,
but
he's also a bad guy.
In the comics, because now the funny thing is that he earns Bruce Wayne's trust, but then Bruce Wayne finds out what the League of Assassins is really about. Because the League of Assassins, kind of like what they did in the movie, is, and this sounds funny, they're bad guys with good intentions. They want to make the world a better place,
as everyone does. So
what they do is, I guess the best way to put it is how they put it in the movie. Gotham City has reached a point of decadence. It's so
corrupt.
Yeah, it's so rich and so powerful that it's become corrupt and falling apart. So they want to destroy Gotham City, so you can start over again. So they want to help the world by doing bad shit. Like they said, when Rome burned down, that was the League of Assassins.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
They are so many years old.
That's what it's supposed to say. That, and apparently every generation there's a new Ra's al Ghul. In the Christopher Nolan, in the comic book, it's one guy visits the Lazarus Pit, take a draught, and is maybe thousands of years old. You never really know. You just know he's fucking ancient in the comic book. So
he was probably present in World War I. World War II.
Yeah, they tried to say that he was alive during the freaking Roman Empire.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
He's probably,
it was BC.
And Bane, obviously, he's a big character.
And Bane,
they released a lot of pictures of his outfit and how he's gonna look.
Yeah, I saw.
Which was cool, and I know nothing about him. So, what is Bane's deal?
Bane's deal is in the
outfit looks awesome.
In the comic book, because I haven't seen the movie yet, he is a kid that is born in prison.
Okay.
He's born now.
He does have the prison body.
Yeah.
Jacked up.
Oh yeah. I mean, no, I know. The people who made the movie aren't stupid. They put, Now, I don't think he's a good-looking guy, but his body, the women are gonna like.
But his face, I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
But
and so
they didn't put Topher Grace as the big buff guy.
So Bane is. I forgot. He's from some country. It's a made-up Latin American country.
Okay.
His mother commits a crime, and the crime is so bad that even though he's born, they keep the baby in jail. Because it's some fucked up. It's some fucked up corrupt government.
So they just take the baby.
So even though he's born into jail. So he's a baby in jail, raised by criminals.
And he's done nothing wrong.
So the government starts doing testing, trying to make a super soldier kind of a deal, and they use this thing called Venom. And
Venom's back again.
Yeah, it's a different kind of Venom.
I know, a different one.
Which actually, Bane versus Venom, even though they're from two different universes, Bane versus Venom would be an awesome fucking team up. I would love to see that in the comics, even though it never happened. Because they're both big, muscular guys.
Yeah.
And, not Topher Grace. And so, what the Venom does is, it's actually, in the comics, Bane has, these things attached to his wrist and to the back of his head.
Like his face.
And, in the movie, he has this thing covering his face, but in the comics, he just wears a mask.
In the pictures, it was on his mouth. And
he has a vent. Well, they wanted to make it funky, cool looking. So I'm pretty sure it's some sort of a respirator or something. I think I think he's damaged his body so much that he needs something to filter the air or something. There's some sort of Darth Vader thing.
Asthma thing going on.
And
what a hero with what a badass with asthma.
So the Venom, Darth Vader was the baddest motherfucker in the universe, and he had asthma. Okay.
Can't outrun you, but he's got superpowers. Give me my inhaler.
Nothing can stop him in the universe but the fucking high pollen count.
Yeah, exactly. Blow a bunch of dust in his face. He took down the dark.
Okay, so
you're sick.
So he takes, they experiment on him with this thing called Venom, which is it's a steroid. It makes you fucking crazy, but it's supposed to, makes you super strong.
Yeah, but that's all the athletes here in the U.S. They're all on Venom.
And it's also
they're all Bane.
It's also addictive, so he has to keep taking it. So in the comic books, he takes the shit, and the guy, pushes the limits of the fucking human body.
Tom Hardy plays him.
Well, yeah, in the movie now they're making him more realistic. And Tom Hardy, who played the MMA, he plays in The Warrior. I didn't have a chance to see it, but I heard it's good. You know, he's in great shape, and he plays. And I'm looking forward to see how Christopher Nolan does it. But I think they're going to keep.
Cool.
I think they're going to keep. They're going to keep the idea that he was born in prison. I don't know what they're going to do about the Venom, but he's a badass. Now, here's one thing I guess for the people who don't know. Bane, the character in the comics, first and foremost, he's not really a bad guy because there's times where Bane teams up with Batman.
Oh,
they actually fight crime together. But
they never fight each other.
You're gonna love this. Bane broke Batman's spine.
What?
Yeah, in a very, very.
That can happen.
Yeah, because
I thought like Batman can't.
Bane.
And he broke the spine.
He did from like in wrestling, he did a backbreaker where you put out your knee and you lift the guy and you smash him over your knee, and he broke Batman's spine. So in the comics,
recovered from this?
And Batman, of course, in the comic books, Superman could die and come back. Batman could get his back broken and come back. So Batman fighting Bane. That's why Bane was such and they never. Finally, in the movies, they're going to give Bane like his props because in the comic book, he breaks Batman's fucking back.
He kicks ass.
Yeah, and the whole thing is that like
paralyzes Batman.
One of the cool posters is like Bane walking away, and it's like Batman's mask like smashed against the ground. That's one of the posters. So
dun, dun, dun.
Something's gonna, and I don't want it to be spoiled because something's gonna happen in this fucking movie. I know. So in the comics, Bane, they give him like a luchador's mask, like the Mexican wrestlers, the mucha lucha.
Yeah.
So that's in the comics. He wears a luchador mask, and he's really powerful, and he's not necessarily evil, but being raised in a prison, when you're in prison, you're. The only way you can make sure you're the top dog is finding the other top dog and taking him out. You know what I'm saying? So that's
befriend Batman.
So that's the whole thing. Yeah, he fights Batman because to prove that you're the top dog, you got to take out the other top dog. So that's
befriend him and then take him out.
No. They become friends. They're friends after he breaks his back.
Oh, so I can't beat him.
Yeah, he
except that he kicked my ass.
That's the whole thing. He was trying to prove himself, so he fights Batman to prove what a badass he is, and he breaks his fucking back.
Well, it's like those little kids that go into high school, and then you go in and you punch the biggest kid in the face, and then you suspend for a few days. Then when you come back, everybody knows.
Yeah, it's like jail.
Yeah, you can do that.
It's like jail. When you get to jail,
yeah,
the first thing you do is find the biggest person you can and smash him in the face. So that's Bane's deal. He breaks Batman's back.
Well, Bane's huge.
And
Joseph Gordon-Levitt is in it as John Blake. Is he anything? Or
John Blake is like a radio announcer, like a radio person. And that's the whole thing. Like you mentioned before, I don't like him. I don't like Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
I don't really either. And I feel like they really showed him a lot just with like when they were talking about filming this.
Yeah.
Like they always talk about Tom Hardy being in it.
Well, because
Liam Neeson, I didn't even know was going to be in it.
He wasn't supposed to be because allegedly he dies in part 1. So that's
so of course he's coming back.
I wonder. It's probably a fucking flashback scene.
Yeah.
I see. I spoiled it for myself.
He's second on the list.
Well, he's also second biggest name. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but Joseph Gordon-Levitt they kept talking about too. So I thought like maybe.
But please, I hope Liam Neeson gets higher billing than fucking Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
And Hathaway's down under Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Wow.
And Christian Bale's under Liam Neeson.
Wow.
It goes Tom Hardy, Liam Neeson, Christian Bale.
But not the guy that plays Alfred. Not
what is that?
Michael Caine. Yeah.
I love that guy. He's down the waist.
Wow.
Yeah.
Michael Caine.
Okay, they got.
Who's first?
Tom Hardy.
Wow.
Bing. And then they got Liam Neeson, Christian Bale, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Then Anne Hathaway, Gary Oldman.
Yeah, Gary Oldman, who is one of the greatest actors of all time. Commissioner Gordon.
Then there's somebody playing a CIA agent. I don't know. Juno Temple, Holly Robinson.
Oh shit, Holly Robinson?
Well,
I had the biggest crush on her growing up.
Then Marion, what's her name? Cotillard? I can never say it. And then, there's a few more. Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, he plays,
And then Alfred. So he's down a ways.
Wow.
I don't think he has a big part.
Yeah, well, Morgan Freeman's the guy that actually, built He built the Batmobile. Yeah, Lucious Fox. He built the Batmobile. He built the Batman armor.
They got the. I've seen pictures with what's her name, Catwoman on the motorcycle.
Yeah. Now what they did was.
There's the photo. Is that Bane?
Yeah, Bane walking away from the smashed mask, and Anne Hathaway, she plays a Catbird. You know, the Catwoman was always someone who steals. You know, she steals. So she has on these funky goggles, and what happens is when she takes the goggles off and kind of puts them over her head, then it looks like cat ears. So that's how Christopher Nolan works Catwoman into it, because it would have been corny to see someone with cat ears. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like Halloween ears.
But what they do in the comics is they try to explain it that she wears those ears for listening devices. Since she's a cat burglar and she wants to, you know, it's not there for show, it's there for use because she's a cat burglar.
There for show.
You know,
who else played Michelle Pfeiffer, right?
Well, yeah, who's played Catwoman? Oh yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer, Halle Berry in that horrible Catwoman movie, which nobody acknowledges that version of Catwoman. Halle Berry. Then you got the original ones. You have Eartha Kitt. You got Lee Merriweather. Who was the third one that played Catwoman? 3 different women played Lee Merriweather, Julie Newmar. There we go. Julie Newmar, Lee Merriweather, Eartha Kitt, Michelle Pfeiffer, Anne Hathaway, and yeah, that's it.
That's it.
And Halle Berry. Excuse me.
Halle Berry, the bad one. Now, do you like Christian Bale as Batman?
I like Christian Bale. I hate, as much as I love, The Dark Knight was a great fucking movie. But have you seen The Dark Knight?
No.
Oh.
Because I don't really like Christian Bale, and I was like, another Batman movie.
Well, see,
it came out years ago, didn't it?
The Dark Knight came out like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
Now, what happens is, of course, Batman is going to talk different than Bruce Wayne because he's Batman. He has to at least do something to disguise himself.
Like different deep voices.
And in part 2, in the second one, now he didn't do it in the first one.
Oh, okay.
In the second movie, he talks like this. Pray to me.
I feel like you couldn't understand him.
Yeah, it's because that's one of the line everyone goofs on is like this criminal being Batman. He's scaring this guy, and the guy's like, "I swear to God," he goes, "Swear to me." And the whole gist is he's supposed to be he's making his voice gravelly to be intimidating, because obviously a fucking nut job in a big giant black suit isn't intimidating enough. But and of course, I mean, yes, you're going to change your voice a little bit, but in part 2, The Dark Knight, it's ridiculous. It's a joke. It's a joke. Everybody's joking on that.
I feel like I can barely understand him. And I don't really like him. I don't know. Something about Christian Bale.
First
he plays it well, but I don't know. I liked him in The Fighter.
Yeah, and like I mentioned in the other movie, like I mentioned in the other podcast, he's a Brit, and you would never assume that he's not American. What was the other American Psycho? He plays crazy. But you would never tell. I mean, shit, he was back. I think he was in fucking Newsies, for Christ's sake. The Disney. And The Machinist. Have you seen The Machinist? But you remember, he got himself all skinny and shit. He dropped. He put his fucking life in danger.
For The Fighter too.
Yeah, and for The Fighter, he was cracked out on that one.
Everybody thought something was wrong with him, and he was like, I for a role.
And the funny thing is, like I said, I had the gastric bypass surgery, and he said, for a day, all he ate was an apple and a can of tuna fish. And that's all he had all day.
Just one day. Was this his diet?
That was his diet. Every day, one day would consist of just an apple and a can of tuna fish. Which I guess he stretched out.
He got real skinny for The Fighter. He played the role amazing.
Yeah, he was supposed to be like a guy, like a drunk.
He had crystal meth and a whole bunch of stuff. But he looked it.
Yeah, I mean,
he played it really well.
He
dropped a lot of weight.
Yeah, I mean, I like him. I mean, I guess he's portrayed as an asshole because there's that video of him screaming at the guy.
But I feel like I know a lot of people hate him because I don't know. I just don't really like him.
I don't know.
But if you're I've heard he's done the Batman movies really well, and so obviously, if you're into Batman, of course you're gonna love him.
And he was in. The funny thing, he has a bit of a lisp when he talks. He has an overbite. There's something wrong with his teeth, but
Maybe it's just because he's British. That's just his accent.
Well, British people always have problems with their teeth. Well, Brits are going to hate us.
We love you. We love your movies.
God save the Queen.
But my favorite, because I just remember it's probably one of the only Batmans I've really seen entirely. There's the one with the Penguin.
Oh, yeah.
That was a great one.
And once again, there's a movie where you feel bad for the bad guy. I felt bad for Danny DeVito's
I loved him as the Penguin.
Oh, the line, when he gives that speech at the end, he goes, I'm not a man, I'm an animal! Cold-blooded!
Like his blood, like the blue blood.
He has that green blood, and he's spitting it up. And
that was so gross.
And, those movies, he's trying to play, it was funny. It was funny, but tragic and scary at the same time.
It was freaky, like, all these penguins around, like, in this little cove, whatever.
I like when they're trying to make him run for mayor, and the guy's like, they don't have too many reflective surfaces down in the sewers, do they? And he goes, could be worse, I could be bleeding from the nose. And the guy's like, what? He bites him in the fucking face.
Yeah, like, that was creepy.
Yeah, it's funny, it's creepy, and by the time he dies in the end, not for nothing, I know it's corny that penguins are walking a dead body into the water. You felt bad for him. You know what I'm saying? He was a freak. He was born into privilege.
Based
but
on a
since
true story. A lot of these are based on a true story. It's a documentary, really.
Even as extreme and creepy as the first two Batman movies that were trying to be, I felt bad for him. Maybe because I was a fat guy growing up or whatever.
No,
but
it was cool. Like, it was cool overall. Like, it didn't look.
Yeah.
It was fake, obviously, but it didn't look too.
And you see that. What did he want to do? He wanted to take the firstborn, all the rich firstborns, and fucking drown them because that's what happened to him.
That was funny, though. That was one of the ones that really actually seen.
Yeah, and that's a good with Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman.
What's the one? Oh my god, it might not be the same one. It might be something totally different.
Mm-hmm. Which one?
I think it's the same one. With Jack Nicholson.
That's the first Batman. That's 1989, the first Batman.
And he's in that room.
With Jack Nicholson.
When he goes crazy.
Yeah, they had Prince was playing on the boombox and
who's Batman in that one?
That was Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton was Batman in the first two movies.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And the funny, because remember, when that came out, well, shit, you were 3 years old, so you don't remember. No, but you don't remember. But when it came out, everyone's like, how the fuck is Michael Keaton Batman? Because Michael Keaton was always kind of like.
I feel like he was like the boy next door type.
Well, he was always kind of weird because he did a movie. Oh shit.
Michael Keaton, what do you do?
He played a movie where he's like a psycho. Not a psycho. Excuse me, not the right word. He was a mental patient. And then there was
Multiplicity.
Well, Multiplicity was after Batman, but well, he was in Gung Ho. I loved Gung Ho. He was like an everyman.
Yeah.
And Bruce Wayne was always supposed to be handsome and dashing and sort of a player. Yeah, and he's Michael Keaton was never. He was schlubby. You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't supposed to be a good Batman, but he played a good fucking Batman. And I just love how, like, from the first Batman, like, when he introduces himself, he goes, Bruce Wayne. Like, there's something smooth and cool, and he's introducing, because Vicky Vale, which was, shit, what's her name?
I don't know Vicky Vale.
Yeah, well, Vicky Vale was another female character from, she was a reporter. It is always reporters, yeah. Vicky Vale is like, when Batman isn't fucking around with Catwoman, he's with Vicky Vale.
Of course, he was a reporter. Val Kilmer was there.
Yeah, well, the first two movies with Michael Keaton. Then it was, then Val Kilmer was in the third one. And the third one was with, they introduced Robin, and that was Two-Faced and the Riddler.
Okay.
And
was that
Jim Carrey's the Riddler, which would have been so good. But they took it to an extreme and they made it corny. The Riddler, Jim Carrey playing the Riddler. Now the real, I'm talking about the real Riddler. No, the person. Yeah, Jim Carrey playing. You've seen Jim Carrey. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen that movie 23, where Jim Carrey can play a disturbing character. Had they kept the series dark, they wanted to keep it PG-13. They wanted to keep it for kids.
Quirky, weird.
Now the funny thing is that Tommy Lee Jones, who once again. Is one of the greatest actors ever. He plays Two-Face. Now, as much as I love Tommy Lee Jones, he's not an attractive man. And like what they did in the Christopher Nolan movies was, Two-Face is supposed to be a handsome guy who had, acid thrown on his face.
Because later on, when they redo it with Heath Ledger,
When they did with Heath Ledger,
he was that handsome guy.
it was
His name Aaron
Aaron Eckhart.
Okay.
Aaron Eckhart, who's a good-looking guy, so Tommy Lee Jones is not an attractive man. As much as he's one of the greatest actors of our generation, but he's not a handsome man. So the funny thing is, they should have made half his face attractive.
Right, yeah. The acid part looks better than the real part.
Now, then they made him purple. That was bullshit. His evil half was purple. Now,
real bad.
funny thing, because Two-Face, the character who was before, Two-Face was a lawyer named Harvey Dent. Harvey Dent was played by Billy Dee Williams. And you don't know who Billy Dee Williams is? Oh my God!
Sorry.
Well, first of all, Billy Dee Williams was in the original Star Wars movies.
Billy Dee Williams.
Yeah, he played a character named Lando Calrisian. And oh my God, Jesus, you make me feel old. Okay, Billy Dee Williams.
For his bio, it's a very good-looking African.
Yeah, he was. Billy Dee Williams was suave, real player. Yeah, very cool. Now, had they kept Billy Dee Williams as Two-Face and fucked up half his face, that would have been fucking awesome. That would have, because he plays Lando Calrisian in the Star Wars movies. Where even in Star Wars, he's pimped. He wears a little cape. He's like a pimp pirate kind of a character, And then in Star Wars, he's a guy who used to be like a pirate, but now he's kind of like he sold out and went legit because he actually owns a mining business now. And yeah, because he's friends with Han Solo, the Harrison Ford character, but they were both pirates back then. Actually, Harrison Ford in the movie is still a pirate. He's still a smuggler.
But we're gonna turn the cheek on that.
Yeah, we're back.
We are back.
Okay.
All in all, what's his name?
Billy Dee Williams.
Billy Dee Williams is a pimp.
Billy was a pimp. He's a smuggler.
He's a nerd pimp. For you nerds, right?
Yeah. Well, for
you sci-fi nerds.
Yeah, he was from the 70s. He was very suave. He was very cool. He was very.
It's like the Shaft.
He was Shaft. He had that same Shaft vibe, like, And he used to promote this malt liquor called Colt 45. Like,
that isn't profiling. Or
get
anything.
yourself a nice ice cold 45. And
this one's for my homies.
Well, hey, it's a paycheck.
Whatever, yeah.
I guess the Star Wars money dried up, so he had to promote Colt 45. So if it sounds like we took a jump, unfortunately, we had a little crazy technical problem.
Don't worry, we fixed it.
Yeah.
Must be my new mic.
Yeah.
That must be it.
Well, I think we recorded like 2 episodes in a row, and I think we ran out of RAM on the computer.
We're not really sure.
So we're now joined by my daughter Raven, and she's eating a banana moon pie.
Looks delicious. She makes it look good.
Which it matches her shirt, actually.
Yeah, it really does. Her shirt says angel. It's a little misleading. Yeah, she can be a little devil.
Little terror over here.
But she's cute, so it works. And then I was looking up the other Batmans, and then the other Batman I remember is the Batman and Robin, which, of course, that was George Clooney, and then Chris O'Donnell. I mean, you're nice to look at, but you're not going to be a superhero. It was just, I feel like a bad.
Yeah, they wanted to. They
had some good-looking people and.
Yeah, the Batman and Robin, and actually, the funny thing was they were talking about Marlon Wayans was supposed to be the Robin.
No way, for real.
Yeah, which would have been
even better,
really interesting. But it ended up being Chris O'Donnell.
And that's you said they had the nipples on the.
Yeah, okay. So you have the first 2 movies with Tim Burton. Which were okay. You know what I'm saying? And once again, it's like something bad that happens with comic book movies. 1 and 2 are good, 3 is horrible.
Right.
And
there's a trend going on.
So the first 2 Batman, and actually there were 4 Batman movies of this cycle. The first 2 with Tim Burton were great. And then the third one was... Shit, I'll be honest, I don't even know who directed the third one.
No. Well, which one was that one?
Batman Forever. It was Batman, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, then Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin 97.
Hi, baby. And
Director Joel Schumacher was Batman Forever in 95.
So Joel Schumacher...
And he did both, yeah.
Oh, okay. He did Batman and Robin and Batman Forever?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, because I remember the big controversy and what I hated was that they gave the bat in the fourth one, Batman and Robin. They gave the Batsuit nipples,
right?
You know, and like they showed shots,
it up.
and like when they show Batman putting on his outfit, like there's his ass, like him turning around, you see his ass. Him turning around, you see his crotch, like because I believe Joel Schumacher is out of the closet.
Oh, really?
And
that could have been
those were definitely the gay Batman movies.
He had a little crush.
Yeah.
And they had Uma Thurman and Alicia Silverstone. So again, with just like the random people.
Val Kilmer was part 3, and then George Clooney was part 4.
Okay.
Which is funny because you have the same Robin, because Chris O'Donnell was Robin in both those.
Yeah.
Again,
he looks like
he could
Alfred. Be like that gay sidekick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have the same everybody, but Alfred a different Batman.
Alfred was that old guy.
He was the old guy, and then all of a sudden they made him.
Michael Go. I don't know how to say it.
I think it's Gao.
Gao.
But all of a sudden in the fourth movie, he's dying. They give him a disease in the fourth one, which like never happened in the comics.
They're like, see ya.
Well, they wanted a reason for him to like.
Yeah.
And then they totally butchered it because Batgirl is in the movies they made her
which is
the niece Alicia Silverstone, which I guess was another movie. Remember you said she only did Clueless, so she did Batman and Robin
she did do another one.
Sorry, Alicia. In the movie, they made her the niece of Alfred, which isn't the story. Batgirl is the daughter of Commissioner Gordon.
Oh, dun dun dun!
Yeah, so they butchered that. I'm sorry, I'm having a little piece of banana moon pie, which was given to me by my wonderful daughter.
And then you got Arnold Schwarzenegger. There you
Arnold
go.
Schwarzenegger, excuse me.
Say that right.
Schwarzenegger.
Mr. Freeze.
Which translates into Black Plowman. I only know that because I swear to God, he said that on David Letterman.
That's awesome.
But Schwarzen is black part. But Schwarzenegger means Black Plowman. And he was Mr. Freeze. And they gave
Dr. Victor Freeze.
And they gave him such it was all
puns.
All right, everybody, chill. Revenge is a dish best of course.
And it's just Arnold Schwarzenegger in general.
Yeah,
you barely understand the guy.
Yeah, it's
I feel like that one was just like a flop.
It could have. That last one was like
they put beautiful people in, and like George Clooney.
They made it all corny, and then you got these bad guys who wear like fluorescent makeup, and you put them under a black light, and gangs would really wear makeup and stuff like that. Like it's come on.
You see a lot of gangs doing that nowadays.
So it just.
So hopefully this new one will be real.
Oh yeah, well the last two were freaking awesome, and the last.
It looks really
Dark Knight
awesome.
Rises looks like it's going to be good.
Like the posters even look cool. So that's what I go off of is the posters.
And I don't know if it's still available online, but I know they had like a lead in I forgot what they call it. It's not it's kind of like it kind of gives you an idea of what Bane is up to. And there's a whole scene he's on a jet, he's on an airplane, and they're throwing people. He's throwing people out of the fucking jet.
Well, typical Bane.
And
he's pissed.
Yeah,
he's all
they gave it before another movie, and it looks pretty awesome. All right, I guess sorry about that, a little technical difficulty here, but we've hit the hour mark once again.
Here we go. Pick my ride.
Well, I also want to thank everybody for listening.
Of course, thank you everyone. Keep listening.
We have a lot of fun doing these. We certainly hope you enjoy them as much fun as we have making them. If you're having fun and you're enjoying it, share us with your friends. Put us on your Twitter. Put us on your Facebook. However you want to. LinkedIn, Google+. Plus.
Google Plus us.
WordPress, Blogspot, LiveJournal.
MySpace, whatever you got.
MySpace. Text message your friends.
Be angry.
Yeah. Share us with your friends. And also visit www.doublejackpot.us where I'm selling my book, Double Jackpot. On that page, there's links to our Twitter account, which will give updates to our podcast. There's a link to the podcast itself in case you came across this in some other form or fashion. Subscribe to us on iTunes. Hopefully by the time this episode comes out, we'll be available on Stitcher for the Android, in the Android market.
It's been a little slow, but hopefully it will.
Yeah, I think Google, it's not even called the Android market anymore. It's called Google Play.
Yeah, I got an update for that.
The Play Store.
I was like, what the heck?
So, if you have an Android phone, it's Stitcher. We should be available on it right now. They're linked, so, you can find us on Stitcher, you can find us on iTunes, subscribe to us if you use iTunes, if you use your iPhone or iPod.
Whatever you use.
Yeah, links to our Twitter page. Once again, on our eBay page, I'm selling comic books, I'm selling video games, I'm selling heavy metal, I'm selling everything, goddammit.
Anything you want.
Get yourself a deal. You're supporting the show, and I'm not begging for money. I'm selling you something. So, even if it's an old video game, get your hands on it. I take care of my stuff. It's a good investment. I have 100% rating, and I've been doing tons of sales. So check us out at www.doublejackpot.us. Thank you for listening to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kristen.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, here we go, man. Go ahead. You want to read
Double Jackpot.
What is it?
It is a self-published book by Christopher Cologne.
Chris Cologne? Smells good to me.
But
Look at her. That broke that fucking cold little exterior. He's like, hee.
But it is spelled C-O-L-O-N.
Him punny.
But Double Jackpot is a book about a comic book artist, Eric, who is in a loveless relationship with a materialistic
I feel you, Eric.
Lynette.
Oh, fucking. Are you sure I didn't write this? Sounds hauntingly familiar.
He starts cheating on his girlfriend with a more creatively supportive woman, Nadia.
Well, I gotta meet her. Where's the Nadia?
There's your summer girlfriend.
Summer Nadia is Nadia.
Nadia?
Yeah, I think Nadia spelled with an A.
All right.
Both Lynette and Nadia play the double jackpot, the largest payout in lotto history, much like the recent Powerball. Both girls play his birth date as the winning numbers. Eric is now stuck between two of the country's richest women. Who will he choose? It's not that simple. This is a clever fucking idea,
Yeah,
man.
is.
Look at her, fucking. She's impressed.
I am.
She got some summer reading. Christopher Cologne smells real lovely with an original idea. This is. I've never heard this before.
I haven't either. This is a self-published book, much in the indie spirit as Kev's Clerks.
Oh, you don't even need to name check me. This is just a good idea. You could stand on your own, man. You don't even have to be like, hey, remember Clerks? This is nothing like that. This is way more original than Clerks. This is a good idea, man. Why didn't I think of this?
I need something to read. This book is part of the Comic Books, Heavy Metal, Video Games Trilogy Book 2. Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, coming soon.
Right on, man. It's part of a trilogy. This is the first part.
Way to write, man.
He's seeking a literary agent. Motherfuckers, anybody out there? There ain't no literary agents listening to this show. I assure you, sure. Sure. I assure you, sure. But somebody know a literary agent? Hook a motherfucker up! Chris Cologne come up with an original idea. I should tell Raskin. That's a good fucking idea, to be honest with you. That's a fucking rom-com right there. Megan, get Raskin on the phone. Isn't it possible to get Raskin on the phone? No?
Yeah.
I want to run it past him, man. I want to, and if it happens, I get a taste, Chris Cologne. I get a whiff, if you will.
The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com.
That's lulu.com.
I understand that. I just want to spell it out.
Normally one says it that spells it. Still, lulu.com. What is that? Do you know what it is?
I don't know. All right. The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com. Search for Double Jackpot Christopher Cologne. A paperback version of the book is $15 and a PDF file is only $5.
$5 is
Yeah.
insanely inexpensive. 15's not even that bad for a paperback version.
No.
This is $1 million idea right here. Like a movie about a dude who fucking is stuck between two chicks, both of who play his birthday and win the lottery. Come on! I can see that trailer. Chris Cologne is on to something. Nobody else can smell it but me.
I'll read it.
Thank you. I'm going to make that smelly joke.
I know. You're trying to get me to laugh again.
It worked once. Double Jackpot is a self-published book by Chris Cologne, man. It's the first book in his Comic Books, Heavy Metal, Video Games trilogy. Book 2, Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, should be coming out soon. Get all the information Chris Cologne like a motherfucker.
I
and
will
his
totally
book,
read this.
Double Jackpot. I'm serious. I'm going to recommend that to fucking Raskin. How is that not a movie? You know what I'm saying? This could be a sexy movie. You could do an R-rated version. There could be nudie in it, and you could saw them fucking both chicks. Maybe a little penetration. Maybe a butthole shot. No butthole, no care.
I would like to formally apologize to Christopher Cologne.
No, sex sells. Chris Cologne will appreciate that. He's like, thanks for throwing a few buttholes in there, man.
Don't forget to check out twostrangersonePodcast.net, your one-stop resource for everything show-related. You can find links to subscribe to us on iTunes or on Stitcher. You could also find links to buy my book, Double Jackpot, on twostrangersonepodcast.net.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.